All right, guys, I am back and we are going to do a featured shop Friday today. But I'm gonna have to pause the video, go do my cutting, and then come back. But I wanted to show you the kit we're using and tell you where it's from. So this is from Home Book and Treasures, and this is her Golden Christmas kit. Isn't that cool? I love this kit. So this is printed on HP printer paper. So yes, it turns out very nice, very nice. And I bet you if you printed it on photo paper, it would look even more striking than it already does. So yeah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. That's one of my favorites. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite Christmas papers, is this one right here. I just love that. And this one's a Merry Christmas. Adorable. And then you have a postage paper here. Okay, and then here's the ephemera that comes in this kit. So you get a couple of pictures here and here. And then this one, and that little baby cute. The little puppy and the little girl. I love that. And then you get some postcard size pieces here. Okay. And so then what we're gonna do is, I don't think I ever showed you, but my mom made this for me for my birthday, this little tiny journal here. So we're gonna make them in the video, and I think they might be called like matchbook size, maybe. So it's like about, it's about 1.5 by 2 inches. So what I did with this kit is I printed one set on at wallet size. So all of them are almost the exact right size for those. And then we're going to use recycled chipboard from like food boxes and stuff. And so I'll need to cut those down just a little bit. And then here's the other sizes, and that's what we'll use for like the front of the little tiny journals. And then we're going to turn them into Christmas ornaments. And we're not going to use binding like this one. We're going to make it bindless, right? I don't even know if that's the right word. And then we'll do a cute little closure that's a little bit different than that one. And then I printed these at the like the thumbnail size, because I'm going to cut them in half, and that'll work perfect for little pockets in this little thing. And then I'm going to cut these down, and that'll work as like a little belly band. And then these little pieces we can use as little tiny ephemera to put in there. Okay, and so then I did print some of these on cardstock too, because we may end up using some of those as like page covers, which you'll see here in just a little bit. So I will be back in just a little bit to show you exactly what we're going to do and how to make those. Okay, all right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, it has taken me almost all day to make this little thing because I wanted to do the modifications. Yeah, it's been a little nuts. So I'm going to give you measurements and show you the one, my two prototypes. This one is exactly like the other one, but I didn't really like the way it like ended up and the way it was opening. So I just modified some of the measurements and the amounts of stuff that I was using, and I like it much better. So we're going to make it this size. So it's a little bit different than the original. And of course I didn't add the string because this is the prototype. So not sure what I'll do for a closure on that one. But I think I got it hammered out here on what's what. Okay, so in a few minutes ago for you, I told you about Home Book and Treasure. What I didn't tell you is that she's also offering a coupon code for my subscribers, and it's DEE, DEE 50, and I will put that down in the description box for you to see. So yeah, let's get started on this because it's going to take us just a little bit. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of recycled chipboard, medium weight, and you're going to want to cut it at 3 1/4 by 2 1/4, okay? Then you're going to score it at 1/2, and then you're going to turn it around and score it again at 1/2, okay? So you're basically making a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch spine, okay? And you're just going to burnish those down, okay? Okay, and then we're going to set that aside so that we can get rid of our scoreboard here in a minute. Okay. So that's going to be our cover, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, then you're going to need any color paper that can be written on. You're going to need 4 2-inch by 11-inch strips. So I just took my 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, and I cut it basically the long way at 2-inch squares, okay? Or 2-inch increments. And you'll need 4 of those. So what I did is I cheated just a little bit, and I don't know if you'll be able to hold it and be able to do what I did, but for video purposes, this is what I'm going to do. I already have my markings out here. Ignore the blue. I'm going to score at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 2 3/4. So basically at every 1.25 inch mark, where all these black marks are here, again, ignore the blue, only go to the black. That's where I'm going to score all 4 at one time. And you can do this individually. It's fine. And I will just use my magic mark eraser on it. Okay. Yep, just go through all of that there. And it's not easy, but again, it's one of those for time sensitive reasons. That's why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. And then as soon as we get that done, then we're going to accordion fold those up. And Gracie's watching something here. Some animated or action movie. Okay, so you're going to notice too that you have basically 1 inch left. Leave those until the end. We need those. And I'll show you why in a minute. So just kind of go up to your score marks. Trying really hard to make sure your edges on both sides are as even as you can make them. Ultimately, since it's so little, you may end up being off just a little bit. It's okay. You can trim it down if you want. When I got mine into the book, it didn't seem to matter. So yeah, we're just going to do all 4 like that. Just going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back right as soon as I get all of those pieces done. So that you guys can kind of see what it looks like, and then we'll move on to the next step, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I have those all folded. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with a piece that is open, because that will be our first little page here that sits and gets attached to this, okay? So then I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to kind of flip it over. And I'm going to put glue on this short end here, okay? Okay, and I'm going to find one that has, like this, is a full page, right? So I'm going to do this. Line it up as best you can. Like that. Okay, I'm going to fold it, find the end here, put glue on this side. Okay, then you're going to find another piece that goes like that, and you're going to put that one on like that. So in essence, we're making a really long accordion. Okay. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. That is Gracie's movie. I don't know what she's watching, but it doesn't sound very healthy. If I had to guess, it's probably Criminal Minds, if I'm a betting mama. Okay, so then what I do is I'm just kind of checking to see what it looks like, but don't let it deceive you, okay? Okay, so first, you're going to take this piece that we're putting up on this edge here, okay? You're going to kind of pull it up, and you're going to put on the next one. So kind of fold it out. You see 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to leave this one here, and you're going to put glue here around the edges here, okay? Seal it down. Now you're going to go to the next 2, okay? You're going to seal it down again. Okay. Put it together. Bring to the next accordion. So what happens is kind of what was happening to me earlier today is that I was misgauging, basically, how thick this gets with, or how unthick it gets, I should say, once you really get all those pages glued together. It decreases the width of it, or the height, or the depth, I should say, of what you're doing. Oops. And just occasionally going in there and pinch it down really good. Really well, I should say. Seems like my English skills aren't very good lately. Not that they ever usually are either, but, you know. One tries, don't they? Okay, I'm going to have to stop a minute and kind of even out this again. Once it's in, it doesn't actually seem to matter that much, like how even you were on things. It will matter that you don't glue your sheets together. And as you saw a minute ago, I only have my 3 in there. I still have a 4th one up there. And that's because we need to just check the width again, just to make sure we're kind of on the right page. And I'm going to leave this just in case, okay? So we're going to check it here. Well, maybe 3 will work. Okay, looks like 3 will work. So my apologies for telling you 4. I did put 4 in this one, right? 3 or 4, something like that. But like I said, they all kind of sink down differently. So all we're going to do is we're just going to cut off this little 1-inch flap here. Okay, now we're just going to set that aside, let it dry up well. And then we're going to work on our cover. And remember, I printed these at wallet size. There you go. Believe me, guys, that's not the first time I've messed up on what the size of that is. All right, so from here to here should be a 1/2 inch, and we'll double check that really quick. Yep, so what I did is I just took and cut 1.5 inches and set that one aside, cut this one at 1.5 inches. Okay, now this middle piece we'll have to trim down a little bit once it's on there. So I just took this and did one at a time to begin with. And it is going to be a little bit longer, but that's okay. We'll trim it down. That way we're getting like the exact right fit, if that makes sense. I'm going to apologize in advance if you hear the phone ring. It's that time of night where Paul will be calling in. So Gracie is doing a 5K in the morning. That'll be interesting. We had snow, and so she's not she's not very well versed on snow yet, which always makes a mom nervous, doesn't it? So I'll just have to see how she does, and how much more snow we get tonight. I may be taking her to the 5K in the morning. Okay, so I just trim that off, and there's just a tiny fraction that I can see right there. So I'm just going to take the, get rid of that, and take that little tiny fraction there. Yeah, just kissing those ends. I'm going to take just a fraction off this one too. Again, there we go. Like I said, just marginally, just so you can't see it. Oh, we need that. Where am I going with that? Okay. Now, this one was a little bit, because you can't really get them into cutters, so I had to kind of just be careful and glue it on, and then move it to the side and just trim it down a little bit. And then I didn't even bother to ink anything before I did it, and it seemed to work out just fine. So I get it kind of where I want it on one side, kind of lined out there. And then I just moved it in, like kind of popped it over, and then I'm just going to trim that down there. And then it seemed to lay just about perfect. Like that. And then just opened it up. Took that right off. See? Cute little cover. Okay, so then for the inside, and I actually inked that first because I want to let it set without moving for just a little bit. And that's just to get rid of those white edges from the white core paper. Okay. Now we need to cover the inside. I'm going to be using this gold paper that comes through here. And just go as close as I can without going over on the edges. And then all over. And you want to line it up as best you can through all of that. And it's off just a little bit for width, but that's okay. We'll just trim it all down. Nothing a little bit of trimming and ink won't fix, right? Okay, I'm going to take that one down just a little bit. And then I'll just take that little bit off on that side and we'll call it good. You know what else would actually look really cute too is if you did your oops. If you did your like decorative scissors on the side, which that would look really cute. Okay. All right, we're gonna call that good for that. I'm gonna go ahead and ink real quick, and then we'll just let it sit for a minute before we start creasing those edges. And you could, if you have the Inca Gold or that metallic stuff, or even like gold paints, you could do that too. All right, now lightly start bending this in, kind of working it in. Okay, so now we have that little book there. I am going to grab the, yep, and I'm gonna have to pause it. That would be Polly. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back and we're gonna finish up this little guy and call it a project. Excuse me. I have been drinking my tea pretty much all day with only a break for water. And let me tell you, that tea is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I've gotten 4 steeps out of 1 bag, and it is just as flavorful on the 4th cup as it was on the first one. So, definitely a good tea. Okay, so what I did there is I just burnished the ends. I'm just going to kind of guess how much I need. Since I didn't do it on my prototype. And again, that just keeps it from unraveling. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of squish that down and just kind of guess where the middle is. I'm going to eyeball it. So, yeah, Polly's on the road. And, oh, I call him Polly. I know we all have our nicknames for our loved ones, right? So his, yeah. So his is Polly. So yeah, he's doing good. He is in Douglas at the moment. So yep, I'm just using that little Santa Claus, and I know it's hard to tell because he's a little bitty guy, but yeah, cute little Christmas card there. So we're just gonna throw that on the top here. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was just seeing if it mattered which side was top and bottom. Doesn't seem to. Okay, we got that. So then we're going to take our little piece that we did here, and you're going to take and kind of line it up where you want it in your book here. And then what I did, kind of maybe cheating, but okay, so I lined it up and I put the glue. See, we have that single flap there. I put the glue on this side, like so. And then I lined it up, kind of where I was thinking, height-wise. And then I just kind of laid it over like that. Oh, I'm off a little bit. It's all right if you're off a little. It's okay. And remember, it's going to look a little wonky if you didn't fold it up quite as, like mine isn't quite as much as far as, like it's off just a little bit. So, and I didn't put any glue on the spine part, which you probably could, but I didn't. It didn't seem to need it. It seems to stay just about right. Okay. And we're pretty close. Okay, and then I just pinched it shut for a few minutes, and I think I'm off just a little bit again, but that's okay. It still looks cute as all get out. Okay, now I only did 2 pockets. You by all means can continue to decorate, but for video purposes and time purposes, we're just gonna do this. And I'm gonna go ahead and take, these are the little thumbnail pieces here. Oh no, I don't want to do that because then okay. Let me take a different one here. You know, let's do this one here. So you're just going to cut those out. I just wanted to see you guys again, wanted you guys to see like the sizing again. That way it all kind of makes sense when I'm putting it all together. And then I just cut it in half. And of course, if you're using, directional paper, always keep that in mind. I do actually think I'm going to go ahead and make a bigger journal. Like I said, I think I said in earlier video that I have like a lot of journals still left to make. So it's all going to be kind of hit and miss. You guys might get another project or two this weekend. And then, because I actually think this one will be released Saturday morning instead of Friday. So I'll just, in the title, you'll have already seen that it's Featured Shop Friday on a Saturday. Because I just didn't have time to get it complete for Friday uploading. So, and then I think like Sunday we'll do, I've got a couple other little projects that are kind of like half done. So we'll work on those. Okay, so while those are drying, how I did it to where they'll sit on the tree is I just used my little punch here and got it as close to the spine as I could get it without like going into this right here, okay? And then we're just gonna take a eyelet. Oh my gosh, I remembered what they're called right on the first time. That's nuts. Okay, so then just crimp your eyelet in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the red since I'm already got it there, and that's what I used before. And it is a good idea to burnish your ends. I'm going to go ahead and show it. I know we have a couple of children, so children do not do this without supervision, okay? Burnishing the edge is just basically means you're touching the edge of your ribbon, because if you don't, this will start to happen. It'll start to fray. See? The more you touch it, the more it's going to start to fray. Okay? That just, by burnishing it, it just makes it to where it doesn't do that. I think you could really have fun with this little project and make all kinds of like little mini tags. Like mini tall tags. I think that would look really cute. Okay, and I think I made this string too small, not quite long enough, so we'll have to try to pretend like I can tie a really cute bow. All right, so I was gonna take and cut out a few of these little bitty guys, so you're gonna have to bear with me for a little bit. Just maybe 2. Oh, stick those in the pockets. And then, because those other ones I think are too big to go in those pockets. Let me just check. Yeah, too big. So we'll just make these little tiny ones. And again, that was printed at the thumbnail size. And you just stick that in there like that. Okay, maybe they need a couple more, huh? I do like making miniatures. They are a lot of fun. Yeah, the next couple of projects are, let's put that one in the back pocket. And then maybe we'll cut out this little card here. Yeah, you know, I was thinking the next few projects are like notebooks, so they should go pretty fast. And then I think early in the week will be the cinch journals. Oh my goodness, how stinking cute are those? What else we got here? Okay, we use Santa on the front, so we're just going to use the little tiny mini postcard on this one. Yeah, so early over the weekend, you'll see some notebooks, and then maybe Monday finishing up those maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see time-wise. But yeah, I got journals I got to get cooking on. I'm going to stick that behind there. Okay. All right, now let's tie this little guy up. Maybe. We might be able to tie it. I don't know. We need little mini fingers, don't we? We're going to make mini journals. We got to have mini fingers. Oh, I did it. How weird is that? I mean, you could really go to town decorating these little guys. Like, I was just thinking it would look really cute if we put like a little poinsettia on there, wouldn't it? Let's do it. Let's see if one looks good there. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I think it might be too big. Yeah, but if you didn't put a whole lot of, like if you didn't put a picture on there and you just put one of those poinsettias on there, that would look super cute too, right? Oh, I almost did that, but I have enough to make one more at the moment. And if I use the regular paper that I cut out, then I'll make a couple more. Oh my goodness, those are so fun to make. All right, guys. Let me hold this up and I will show it to you since it's so little. And then I will let you go for the day. Here we go. Super cute. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.